Okay, welcome to this video everybody. So today we're going to review the year and I'm going to share with you what were my favourite bits, and I'd love to hear what were your favourite bits of last year. So at the end of the video I'm going to give you my top 3 favourite locations that we visited in 2024. We're also going to scratch off some more of this map in here. Now my patrons will know I've done this before with them. I have a scratch map of all the locations I've visited, and yeah, we visited some more in 2024, so we're going to scratch that off, but we're going to do it here with you guys. And then I think we're going to look forward to 2025. What does 2025 bring? Well, we've already got some plans in place. I'd love to hear your ideas as well, so let us know down in the comments. And yeah, we'll have a look at some of the ideas that we've been looking at so far for 2025. Now, before we get into all that, I have some news. This year, I'm going to be building myself a coffee shop and a bookshop. Two of my favourite things. Okay, so the reality is, it's going to be this, which is a book nook and wonderland, as they call it. But it comes in lots of different parts, and I'm going to be building this. So what I'd be interested in knowing is, would you guys like to join me in doing that? So I'm going to record an episode, see what you guys think. Would you like to see the whole series, or maybe a time lapse, or would you like me even to live stream it? So again, down in the comments, let me know. Do you want me to do this on camera? Do you want to see it being built? Do you want to share that experience with me live? I'd like to know. So what did we get up to this year? Well, there was over 29 videos, which if you look at it like that, that's more than one every 2 weeks. So I don't think that's a bad average to go from. In the beginning of the year, we actually achieved one video a week for quite a few months, but then it is quite difficult juggling all those things with actually, you know, working and doing other stuff as well. So are we going to aim for an average of one every 2 weeks? I don't know. I think we've got to have a look at that. And there was actually more because there are patron only videos as well. So again, big thanks to all my patrons who support this channel, buy me coffee, our patrons. There's extra videos that those guys have got as well. So if you want to check that out, follow the link up here somewhere. There, I think. There. And of course, a big thanks to the rest of you guys as well who've been supporting the channel, because the channel is still growing, which is amazing, especially as I've transitioned from sort of the ballooning more into the adventure travel side of it. And it's still growing. So you guys are watching those videos, obviously liking them. And I enjoy making them for you guys. So a big thanks for you who, first of all, watched. And an extra special thanks if you liked the video. Another big thanks if you commented on the video, and obviously if you've subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell, then yeah, that's, you know, to me that is just a fantastic way of supporting any YouTube channel and helping them to actually grow. And maybe if you just shared one video with one other person, maybe we could double the size of this channel this year, who knows? So yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to in 2025. I think it's probably going to average about one video every 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and maybe some bonus content in between as well. So we'll just have to look and see how it goes. Okay, so let's have a look now. What did we do in 2024? So we've actually explored a lot of Wales this year, both South Wales, Mid Wales and North Wales. We also headed down to Devon and Cornwall, which is in the southwest of the UK. We did a lot of exploratory rounds, particularly Cornwall. We went to Fraggle Rock, you may remember, and right down to the sort of the coastal Cornwall. We also explored a lot of areas in the southwest, so Gloucestershire, the Cotswolds, Forest of Dean, all those kind of areas as well. We did a lot of exploring. And then we actually headed north up to Cumbria, so the Lake District. So another favourite place of mine in the UK. I love North Wales, I love Lake District, I love Scotland. So yeah, we've done North Wales and Lake District last year. They've all got mountains. There's such beautiful scenery up there. So yeah, that was a really good trip as well. And we actually finished the year back up in North Wales a few times. So you may recall we actually visited my home as a child, the big stately house that was up there. We tried to climb Snowdon in really, really atrocious conditions. And we also did Cadair Idris as well. And we finished off the year up in the Ogwen Valley on Tryfan. And of course, in between all of that, we still had the ballooning videos from the Midlands Air Festival. We also had things like the Wells Carnival and a few National Trust properties. So yeah, it was a really good mix during the year, I thought. So what were the 3 most popular videos that I did during the year? Well, in no particular order, there was the Midlands Air Festival, you guys just go crazy for the hot air balloon, so that was by far the most popular video. A surprising one for me was the rope bridge, Bibblins. That was just an off-the-cuff video going to explore. I've never been down there before, but that did really well. And also the abandoned Talisan Hall, which is part of Norwick Quarry up in North Wales, so an abandoned village more or less. So yeah, you guys obviously enjoyed that video as well. So they're the most three popular of 2024. Now, before we move on to my top three, my three favourite locations that we visited last year, let's get this map out and we're going to scratch off a few of the counties. So if we go back to the beginning of the year, our first video published was actually at Longleat, the Light Festival. Now we did do that, visited in November, but we published in January. However, we've been back here since because we went to the Wells Carnival later in the year. So now Somerset in its old county form is a huge county. So I'm not going to include some of the areas of it because I think some of the areas over here, we've got Exmoor and the hills, and there's a lot more to actually visit than we've got on there. So I'm going to kind of divide it down and then across, and I think we'll kind of cover off that area. So next up was North Wales, and we headed up and we explored the old Glass Lynn area around Snowdonia, Bethgelert. We did some waterfalls and all the rest of it. So yeah, I think that's a good one to do next. Now, one thing I did notice about this map is it's using old counties. So these all changed in about 1974. And funny enough, I got a map for Christmas, which might be something for future adventures. So, and it has all the 13 historic counties of Wales on it. So maybe that's something we explore in the future. So yeah, that's Carnarvonshire off there. It doesn't exist anymore. It's now Gwynedd and part of the county of Conway, but we're going with this. So the next new one to scratch off is what they call here Radnorshire. Again, doesn't exist anymore as a county, but we headed down into this area here, which was where we went to the Elan Valley. We had the big dams, we did a time lapse over there, and we stayed in a nice quirky little cabin down in there as well. So we'll just do that middle bit on there because I think there's a lot more to explore around that area. And I think next is Cornwall. Again, we did that back in March, but I'm only going to do half of Cornwall because again I think there's so much more to explore. We're going to visit again later this year, and yeah, but I think we'll kind of do half it because this top area there's a lot more to see. Now Devon is a big county. We've done some of it in the past, so I'm going to actually go around the coastline area of Devon because we've kind of done Exeter, Exmouth, the beginning of the Jurassic Coast. We did all that. We did Dartmoor, which is around this area here. And then we've also done previous videos a bit earlier as well of some of the areas down on that coast. So we're kind of going to go with that, but I think there's still a lot more to explore again in Devon, certainly the north side of it, and that north coast up there. I'm not sure if we done a video over in this area or not. Maybe I need to check. So I think the final two areas we got to knock off for 2024, and they're going to be kind of mid Wales. So probably this area here is where I would do it. It's southern Snowdonia, and that's when we climb Cadra Idris. We've also got things like Macaloop down there. So yeah, we will definitely be heading down there, but I'm only going to do this part because that's where we've been. Not going to do that section there. I think there's some lovely lakes up there, the area of Bala and that kind of thing that we can visit. And then of course there's Anglesey. So we headed over to Anglesey. We've done a couple of things on Anglesey now. We did Holyhead Mountain, which is right at the tip. And we also did where I used to live, which is down this area here. And a few in places in between. We did Newborough and the island, which is off there as well. So yeah, definitely knocking off that part of North Wales. I think there's a lot more of North Wales to see up here, and then yeah, we've got a whole load of more Wales to see as well. So I think what I'm going to do is check my previous videos for 2024 and see if there's any other areas we should have knocked off that we haven't, because I'm pretty sure Dorset should be on there.
So as I suspected, there are a few places. So we did Mid Wales, which is where the source of the River Wye is, and we also did Devil's Bridge there. So it kind of crosses over several counties. So we're just going to kind of colour in that little bit there. We've also been to London, so that was previously. London is so big, I'm just going to cover London in because I think we'll be back there a few more times, and that might be another place we go to this year. Yeah, we'll have to see. Depends what my daughter does. She's at university in London, so yeah, we may have to go back there. Now, we've been parts of Oxfordshire and Buckinghamshire because somewhere around about here is Silverstone, and we went flying with the balloons around Silverstone. So yeah, back over a year ago now, we did do part of this coastline as well in Dorset. So we did the Jurassic Coast, we did Durdledore, and of course went to Old Harry's Rocks down there, which you may recall. So I'm just going to do that part of the coast because I think Dorset again is a county with so much more. Got the New Forest down here, which is really nice. So, but yeah, I think the coast along there is really good. And I think that kind of covers it at the moment. As you can see, there's a big load of area to explore in the UK. So where would you like me to visit in the UK? We've got Scotland at the top here. This is all Scotland cutting across there. We've got Northern Ireland and Ireland over here. Not even thought about that. We've got Yorkshire and the north of England. So the northeast, we've got the northwest, and then we've got the Midlands area. And then this area over here, we've done very little in. And again, down that south coast as well. Still lots more to explore, and I think it'd be really nice if we can get all of Wales crossed off this year with that map that I got for Christmas. So yeah, maybe we'll have a look at that and see if we can do it.
Okay, as promised, here are my top 3 adventures of 2024. But before I do, just to remind you, at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about what we're doing in 2025. So stay tuned for that one in a minute. But without further ado, drum roll please. Yeah, it's a rubbish drum roll. So again, in no particular order with these. So North Wales definitely features up there. And I think the one particular visit that I really enjoyed was the one where we stayed in that nice quirky cabin. We attempted to climb up in Snowdon in the absolutely atrocious stormy conditions, which clearly we didn't because we never planned to go at the top there in those conditions. But despite the weather being so atrocious, it was still a really fun trip for me. And we ended up on Anglesey at my old sort of stomping ground, if you like. So I got to show you guys around the stately home and the gardens where I used to play as a young child. So I think that trip is definitely up there in my top 3. I think the second one that makes it into my top 3 is probably the trip down to Cornwall. Now, we didn't actually video everything for you guys on this one. We went there and wanted to enjoy it for ourselves as well. So we went to Fraggle Rock. Again, the weather wasn't on our side this year. So yeah, we went to where the location was for the lighthouse at Fraggle Rock features on the beginning of its titles. So we went and explored that. We ended up in St Ives. We found a really nice rum shop. We actually had a couple of nice beaches we really went to, and the sun came out for those, and we ended up on Friscal Beach up in Newquay in Cornwall, a very famous surfers beach. And I think just the whole vibes of Cornwall I really like, and I really enjoyed that trip. So yeah, stay tuned because there might be an announcement coming up about that at the end of the video in terms of 2025. So I think the final one that makes it into my top 3 is the Lake District trip that I did. Now, again, we didn't film everything that was up there, so we had some amazing road trips. There's some time lapses of a road trip going up through one of the passes, and there's actually an extended version over on Patreon for that as well, so patrons get to see a longer version of that. And then we had the epic walks and waterfalls, and there was waterfalls we didn't show you that we walked up to, are absolutely amazing. Plus, we actually climbed Scafell Pike, which is the highest mountain in England. And so, yeah, we actually went up there. But again, it was a scorching hot day. We probably didn't do the best route up it. But it was conquering the mountain for us, which was the thing. So didn't really feel the urge to actually record that because I just wanted to concentrate on the climb. But we are planning on doing that one again up a different route. So if you guys are interested in that, then I'd like to take you along for that trip. So yeah, I think that's my favourite 3 adventures there. I say I'm not going to put them into a particular order because I don't think I could. They all had unique things about them, but definitely North Wales up in Snowdonia, especially when the weather's really bad. We had Lake District. Again, the weather was kind of hit and miss on it. The final day was atrocious. But then also, yeah, the trip down to Cornwall. And again, the weather wasn't always on our side, but we spent one day on a beach and it was absolutely scorching hot. Even though it was March, we could actually sit on the beach and enjoy the sun. But let me know down in the comments, what was your favourite trip of the year? So in 2024, let me know down there, what was your favourite trip? Which location did you think was your favourite and you'd most like to visit, or have you visited? And while you're down there, maybe if you're not already, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then you'll get notified when all the next videos come out. So before we go, what are the plans for 2025? Well, I think there's a few plans which are already the wheels are set in motion for, and then there's a few plans that we've kind of got ideas for and we would like to do. So yeah, again, no particular order, not guaranteeing everything will actually happen here. And I'd love to get your feedback of where you'd like us to go in 2025. Is there anything more you'd like to see more of? So would you like to see more National Trust properties? Would you like to see more mountains and climbing? Would you like to see more driving? You tell us, what would you like to see as well? So I alluded to Scotland earlier on. We haven't done Scotland, but it's one of my favourite places in the UK. I've spent quite a bit of time there when I was younger and when I was doing motorsport and rallying. So I think that's somewhere we would like to go this year. So we've already started looking at doing that. It might be later in the year because we want to avoid mid-season. So yeah, and that kind of goes from May through to September, depending on how wet the year is. So yeah, maybe later in the year, Scotland might be on the cards. Cornwall, yeah, well, we've already booked that. So we are going back to Cornwall at the end of March. So we've got a week down there. So if you've got any places you'd like us to visit while we're down there, hit us up in the comments. We'd love to go explore that. I've already started earmarking places that we're going to go to, bring you guys along with us as well. Obviously, Wales is a given. You know my love affair for that country. Yeah, so we're definitely going to go back to Wales, and that's the kind of thing we might do weekends at, or that kind of stuff. There's more mountains to climb, so we're definitely going to be heading back down there. That's 100% certain. Something you're probably not aware of is, well, actually, you might know about the Wye Valley Walk. We did a video where we went to the source of the River Wye. And what we're doing at the moment is we're traveling from sea to source and we're walking it. It's 139 miles, 36 miles, can't remember what. But we've already started walking that walk, and we've done 3 episodes already, but we've not released them yet because we want to kind of release those as a series. So we're kind of doing it in stages, and we're going to do that over a long period of time. So it's as and when we got time for it. It's something we can nip out for a weekend and go and do a couple of stages. I believe it's split into about 13 stages, and that can be anywhere from about 6 miles to 13 miles. And like I say, we've done 3 of them so far. We're just waiting for the weather to get better because there's already some diversions on the path. Probably going to have to go a different way, and the next part of the route keeps flooding. So we can't even get anywhere near the river at the moment. It floods so much that even cars can't go down there. The road floods and everything like that. So I think we're just going to wait for the weather to come back better. But maybe February, we're going to hit the road again. And what'll be interesting for you guys, would you like to see the start of that series knowing that we might only release one video once a month or once every 2 months? Or do you want me to wait for them all together and then we'll just bang all the videos out in one go and you can watch them week in, week out? So again, in the comments, let me know your thoughts. And as we can see from the scratch map, there is a lot of, shall we say, areas of the UK that we just haven't explored yet, or perhaps I've explored but not with you guys. So again, let me know which rough area of the UK would you like me to explore. We seem to have done a lot over in sort of Wales and the southwest and a little bit north, but there's nothing over on the right-hand side or bottom right-hand side. So yeah, you tell me, is there an area on there you think we should explore? But yeah, definitely a lot of ideas for us there. And of course, to finish up, we do plan on doing some ballooning this year again. So it's not such a bigger thing for me anymore, but yeah, definitely going to be hitting some festivals, I think, doing some ballooning. I'm still crew for the Purple Rain Blue team. So that is definitely going to be on the cards as well. So there you go, that's my plans for 2025, and that's my favourite videos from 2024. Next video coming up will be hopefully coming out soon. So if you're not already, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and make sure you hit that notification bell, and then you'll be the first to hear about that video. Although saying that, the very first to see the videos are usually our patrons, because they get the videos a bit earlier. So yeah, if you want to do that, maybe go to Patreon, buy me a coffee, do something like that as well. But it's not necessarily just your support in watching these videos is enough for me. So hopefully you've enjoyed this little update, and we'll see you soon on another video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.